Hello? Uh-oh. Can't hear you.
Hello?
Okay, there we go. There we
Okay.
go. Can you hear me?
Could you hear me the whole time?
No.
I'm so sorry.
It's
Well,
fine.
I was saying today is episode 5. I'm so sorry everyone who could not hear me. I'm so sorry. I'm just over here yapping, and was showing so much love to you, baby. I was just giving you so much life. But it's
I
okay.
feel
We
it.
can do it over.
Feel
Let me
it.
give it over. Let me do it
Please.
over because we have
Be
to.
fine.
Today's guest is none other than fashion stylist Tanya Porter Pitts. She is from Rocky Mount, North Carolina, and have been in the hair industry for over 20 years. Her passion
Yes.
is catering to her clients in areas of hair, but her passion that kickstarted her creativity is her love for fantasy avant-garde hair artistry. She
Yes,
began
sir.
as a model first in 2013 with Tim Johnson for women's empowerment, and it's been a model movement from then to present day. That is so dope.
Yes, yes, yes.
Over the years, she has done collaborative shoots, personal shoots, and a list of runway shows as well. Her goal for 2025 is to continue to push the envelope in hair artistry as it dives into the area of culture, expression, and elegance. Let's give it up for Miss Tanya Pitts. How you
Yay!
doing? I'm
I'm
so
doing.
sorry. Like the whole time, I'm hearing me, but I'm not.
I could tell
I,
in your facial expressions you was giving it, and I could feel it.
I
I could feel it.
had to because like you I love your work. I remember when we
Thank you.
first met at the fashion show and I thought about it and I was like when I came up with fashion shows, I'm like, this is like for people that has a tight relationship with fashion, which is
Yeah. Yeah.
hair, makeup, all that ties together into fashion. We need those type of people. So
Yes,
that's why I had to ask you to come here because I wanted to get to know you even more. I wanted
yes,
the
sir.
people to get to know you.
Yes, sir.
And that's why I just had to ask you on here.
Yes, sir.
So
I
I want to
appreciate it.
start off by asking you, did you eat dinner?
I have not, but I'm okay. I'm
Okay.
okay.
I
I'm
always
okay.
ask everybody that because I be trying to like munch and I be like, let me do
Yeah.
something.
I left
But
work today. I left the salon today. Had my little something before I got off, so I'm good to go.
yeah, okay. So can you give us a synopsis of what got you started in being a hair creator?
Well, it started a couple of years ago, well, over 10 years ago, when my sister, Monique Sherrod, she started out working with Bronner Brothers as
Mm,
a platform artist and an educator. So, of
mhm,
course, we came as aides to her, helping her with backstage. And it was just captivating to me seeing how all the pieces were put together because I had firsthand knowledge of how it was put together behind the scenes. And I took little mental notes. And then seeing it once the models come out during the presentation of the show and the showcase and the fantasy show, I
mhm.
could say to myself, I saw how that was put together. I saw
It
how,
gave that fire.
yeah, I saw what unconventional pieces they used to create it. And it just
Mhm.
catapulted from there as far as staying with me and never leaving me. And then also it
Mm,
tied into with when I was younger, I
mhm,
was always hands-on. I would draw in my quiet time and I would write and I would make things like doll clothes and we all have that story, but I was always
mhm,
a hands-on type person. So with this coming together, not only was it therapeutic for me, but it also allowed me to be open to my imagination and put what I felt or what I thought or what I saw that inspired me to bring it to
mhm.
life. And it's been on ever since.
Mm. And that was just like I love hearing the origin story of like what
Yeah.
pushed people into like their
Yeah.
greatness and how much that you like done. Because when I see your work, I'll be like, like that's the
Yeah.
kind of that's what I aspire to like have with my collections and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So, well, like you said, that was the next question. Like, tell us about a younger, like a
Mhm.
kid you. But like you said, you start out like dog clothes. Like, I know
Yeah.
people say that's like a cliche story, but it's a part of your story.
It
So I
is.
feel like
It
that's the
is.
start.
Yeah, because once you, for me, by it being therapeutic, once you get in your zone, it's like you
Hmm.
can't stop because your mind is like on ADD. You're just all over the place with ideas and things that you see and things you want to
Yeah.
try just to see
Hmm.
if you can do it. But if you have that skill set to be
Hmm.
creative and say, you know what, I think I can do that. As a matter of fact, I know I can do that. Let me figure out how that person did that, but do it my way. And that's how I've always been ever since then. I do it my way, but I could still present the same similar look, but give my
Hmm.
own twist to it, give my own oomph to it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then that rolls into the next one. Like, how do you think hairstyles influence a person's perception?
Well, as far as their self-esteem or just building them up the confidence wise.
Like, it could be both, like, self-perception is, like,
Mhm,
what they can see about themselves
mhm,
or, like,
mhm.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, for me, like, when I had locks and I had braids and stuff, I felt like I expressed myself through my hair,
yeah,
that's what made me, like, really love it, and
yeah,
I felt good when I got my hair did. If I didn't have my hair did or something, I felt like,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm just not myself today. I'm not myself
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
Yeah, but to me, it's kind of like it builds your confidence, it builds your
Mhm,
self-esteem, it makes you feel good about your day, or if you're in a show, it makes you feel good and royal in that
yeah.
moment because you're wearing something that no one else has seen before. You're a type of person that you see in its originality, and you get to say, okay, I got to wear that. I got to have that crown and glory moment where I got to be pictures and just being able to grace the runways, or if you're in a salon, being able to spin around that chair and be like feeling like you're on fire because you got the
That
baddest hairdo. Yeah, it helps a lot, and you'll be surprised at being a hairstylist at how many times a simple hairstyle and
can make a
conversation,
person feel.
yes, and conversation can make a person feel because you never know what they
Yeah,
go through in a day,
yeah, I
and you'll
love
be
that.
surprised. And sometimes they help me, and they don't realize it, but they
And
help
that's
me as
why it's
well.
so funny that you saying it, because that's what the next question is like, what are some of other emotional factors that clients often consider when choosing a new hairstyle?
Well, at first it has to be a connection that you have with the stylist.
Mhm,
Some people will check you out behind the scenes. Either it's on Facebook, or if they see you in person, or if they build a conversation with you, they get to
mhm.
see what it is about you that draws them to you, and
Yeah.
makes them want to reach out and say, "Hey, I want to make an appointment with you. I heard you were good at this, or I seen your work out here in the street, or at the store, or at the grocery
Mhm,
store, and I got your number from so and so." And as a stylist, that makes you feel it makes you feel like
Make you
your
feel
work. It
good.
feels like your work is worth it.
Yeah, that's how
And
I feel like with a design, being a designer. Like
mhm,
when people be like, "I just love your work. I love what you do." It's like it just make you want to keep going. I think I like my client's reaction better. Like I don't
gotcha.
really care about like society. It's like I
Yeah.
love like how the person that's wearing it feels.
Yeah, and that makes you feel good too because you see all your hard work in going into like yourself, like your sewing and your technique and your patterns and your prints. A lot goes into that, and people just don't realize the sweat and tears that goes into creating garments, and they don't
Yeah.
realize the sweat and tears that goes into making pieces because that's a
Mhm.
lot of thought and that's a lot of material and that's a lot of
Yeah.
time and cost. But at the end of the day, once you see that model or that design walk that runway, you have a feeling of
It
wow.
just feel good. And then you know how all the work you've been doing, like we're like stressed out, but
Mhm.
once we see
Yeah,
the piece
yeah.
and stuff coming, you be like,
Let me tell you.
wow, I did
Let me
that.
tell you. At that moment, you feel like you're about to burst into tears. But once
Yeah,
those tears go away and that anxiety goes away, man, once you see it on the runway, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful
I
moment.
feel so good.
No one will understand if they're not a designer or a hairstylist or a model. You won't understand the
Mm.
feeling that you get when you see your work that runway. And I love it. I love it.
So do you have like a favorite thing that you do in the hair industry?
Ah, I love I love hair. First and
Okay.
foremost, I love styling
Mhm.
hair. I love attending to my clients and their needs. But
Mhm.
the thing that brings me most creative joy is being in my
Mhm.
space here. And if
Mm.
I turn this camera around, you like, what in the world is going on here? But I have stuff everywhere. But when I'm in that zone, if I know a show is coming up, if someone
Mhm.
reaches out to me and wants to do content or wants to do a photo shoot and they want a particular piece, when I'm in here, my husband got to come check on me because I'm in that zone where,
You
you know,
understand.
yeah,
You
I'm in that
get it.
zone where I love you, hon, but I'm in here. It's hair everywhere. It's spritz. It's hot blow dryers, glue guns, hairpins. It's everywhere. And as the days wind down to the day of the show, I'm
Mhm.
like, oh my God, am I gonna make it in time? Oh my God, is this gonna fit this model? Am I gonna have enough models for this piece? Because I can make 3, 4, 5 pieces at a time, but only
Yeah.
need it for like 3 models because I overdo it. But I rather
Yeah, because you never know.
you never know,
You
and I love doing
understand.
it
I
that
love
way.
you. You understand what I'm saying because, like, when people don't understand, like, when I'm creating, I'm just like that. Like, I don't like to be on my phone. I don't like to be bothered. I literally go into like in a shell
Uh-huh.
until I'm done. Once I'm done, it's like, okay, hey everybody. It's like that, and they don't understand it. They look at it like, oh, you didn't
Yeah.
you hard on yourself, but like, do you feel like you work better under pressure?
Oof. I feel like I do sometimes,
Me
but now I'm
too.
getting to the point and where I like to plan ahead. If
Yeah.
I know something's coming up, I want to be able to have all my materials. And if I'm giving free reign to design and create, I
Mhm.
love being inspired by different couture artists or avant-garde artists. And I'm always either on Instagram looking or while I'm working, I'll play YouTube, a fashion show segment on YouTube, and I just let it constantly play from one show to the next
That's
because
me.
yeah, when the designers come together, I always look at their hair pieces, their head pieces, because that's what
Mm.
allows me to see how things will flow and see how it'll look going down the runway. And if I get inspired and see something I see on YouTube, for instance, I
Mhm.
will look at what the model's wearing as far as their hair, and I was like, okay, I think I can do that, but I can
Yeah.
do it my way because I don't know what they used, I don't know what hair products they use, what sprays they use to hold it in place. I just always do it my way. Always add my twist to it.
And
Always.
you know what? That's what make you a true artist. Because most people is like they'll look at other people work. Like some people can look at work and like you get inspired and be like, I can see that, but I see it in another twist.
Hmm.
Some people look at other people work and try to copy the exact thing.
Can't
That
do it.
that's what make it. It just makes it unauthentic. So
Can't.
like when I see like the work that people put into their creativity, I just be like, wow. It's like I appreciate it like it's
Yeah.
art because
Yeah.
fashion and hair artists is art.
Yeah. And let me tell you, like, for instance, for example,
Mhm.
one of my styles I did, that I think I saw in the collage in my intro was
Mhm.
the Valentine hearts. It was the only they had the hearts. Let me tell you about that story. The
Mhm,
model
go
reached
ahead.
out. The photographer reached out first. Luxury
Mhm,
photography in Greenville, North Carolina. She's phenomenal. She reached out
mhm,
first years ago,
mhm,
and we finally got together and created the shoot. She gave me her vision. That's what I like to do first. I tell them first, tell me your vision. Send me an inspiration picture of what you want. She sent me the hearts with the Nicki Minaj look with the hearts for her
mhm,
Valentine's themed show, I guess. And she sent me that, and I was like, oh,
mhm.
okay.
Yeah.
Like, any person could go out and just buy hearts, pre-made hearts to create the look. But at that time, Valentine's Day hadn't kicked in yet. So I
Mhm,
had to go out and buy my own product to do it, cut out my own hearts,
mhm,
add my own hair pieces, and then put them together. And then the funny story about that was the day of the shoot, I was
mhm,
still not quite finished, but finished just in time to get there to the shoot. And the final piece that I needed to put the piece on, I had to stop.
mhm.
I had to stop to the beauty supply store to get that. But all that to say, crunch time, I'm
Yeah.
good under pressure, but I love it when it's completed and I see the finished work.
I get exactly what you're saying. Like that's making a lot of sense because
Yeah.
when I be looking at some of my designs, I be like, I want to add that, I want to add this, I wanted to add that.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't know if you like me. Sometimes I don't know what I want until the
Mhm.
like right at it, the crunch
Mhm.
time. I
Mhm.
never know what I want until the like right there.
Yeah, I can make pieces and sometimes once I make them and they're finished, I'll be
Mhm.
like, no, that ain't giving. That ain't really what I want. So I set that aside and start on something else. And what I start on ends up being the piece that brings the most attention to the look that the designer might need or for what the model may need for her shoot. So,
Mhm.
but it always comes back full circle because I always end up using the piece I didn't use for something
Mhm.
else.
Do you
Yeah.
feel like hairstylists get like well hair creators? Do you feel like y'all get a lot of enough credit?
Good question. Well, I'm big on connecting with people, and building a relationship with people,
Mhm.
and having a relationship where you won't forget me because you remember the past look I've done before. And I've
Mhm.
had I've had designers and creatives and others to reach out to me for pieces, and when they do, I feel so honored because even when months pass or years pass, they didn't forget about me. But
Yeah.
for me, it's about building that connection and being able to be the person that they go to if they need you. And at the same time, all I want is to be able to make a name for myself, being able
Mhm.
to flow in social media world and be
Yeah.
known for what I do, and it to be genuine. And it to be
Yes.
genuine. Yeah.
That's what made me like think about like because I'll be very appreciative of anybody that's like collaborative
Mhm.
or anything with the fashion. That's why I came up with fashion shows because I think about my journey. You know what I'm saying? I started like over like almost 15 years ago and I'm just thinking about like the people that has helped me and then I think about like the hairstylists, the photographers, the
Mhm.
models, the makeup artists,
Mhm.
and I'm just like people don't understand what really goes into our crafts. Like they don't understand it. They don't understand the artistry. So that's
Yeah.
why I always ask people like, y'all, you like talented people on here so they can understand like, yes, we do what we do, but we work hard in what we do.
We do. We
We
do.
do.
Yeah, and there's times it's coming into events and having to unpack and get your models together and get them get their hair set for the piece and putting the piece together and making sure they don't panic and they can hold the piece and I'm attentive, so I'm walking with them or making sure they're good and making sure everything is set in place. And once they walk off the stage, the takedown process and the woo-sawing process because they
I
did.
seen you at work. I seen you at work. Like you had
Yes,
me. I was like, cause I didn't get to see the hair, cause you knew what I was over there. I was over there.
yeah,
So
doing what you do. Yeah,
So
yeah,
when I
yeah.
finally was able to see what you did, that's why I
Mhm.
started recording and it just I
Yeah,
was like, I love this. Like
yeah,
I really love this. Like you don't
yeah,
understand, like it's like you're on my vision board.
yeah. And you know what? I love Project Runway. I watch that all the time. I watch every episode, but I put that into an avant-garde type look vision when I do my pieces. It's like the
Mhm,
last show that we did together with Elite Edition with Shawnee. I
mhm.
love that moment because for one, let me tell you, when she did the part where she did the intro video before we come out at rehearsals, I'm gonna tell you, I'm a big bag of water. I cry
Yeah.
like no business.
It just
But
felt good.
it felt so good seeing myself up there and then her putting all of my snippets together and me being able to tell a little bit about myself. That was such a humbling moment. You talk
Shout
about
out
a
to
crybaby.
Shiny.
I
Shout out to
cried. Shout
Shiny.
out to Shining. I love her.
'Cause what you just said, that's how I felt. Like, yes, I
Yeah.
done did a lot of fashion shows, but the
Mhm.
way I seen her, like, even just talking to her behind the scenes, like, she put a lot into that show. And a lot of people don't understand, like, she did all the
She did.
videos, she's the
She did.
music, like she
And I'm
was
so appreciative.
so when I saw the
Mhm.
video and stuff, I was just like, I'm appreciative of how she did
Yeah.
that. And when
Yeah.
I saw it, I was like, these are some cool individuals here. Like, cause
Yeah.
I wasn't originally from North Carolina.
Yeah.
I'm from Georgia.
Yeah.
So when I was actually there, it's like I actually met some cool people, and I was like,
Mhm.
hmm, I felt
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, and it felt awesome to connect with people because the meeting you and then
Mhm.
meet all the other designers there, it was just a very humbling moment because everything went so fast that we really didn't get to, love up on each other and see
We
everybody's
did.
work, hit the runway. But after seeing everything come together and seeing the show recap, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. And for that video moment for me, it just kind of summed up everything that I did as a whole over the years.
Yeah.
Tim Johnson and other shows that I've done, I love those moments, but just seeing my work go down that runway like it did, and just seeing them just work it so gracefully,
Mhm.
it just
It
made me
felt
so
good.
appreciative and made it so
Um,
humbling, and it told my younger self, look
yeah.
at what you done done.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at all those
It make
times.
you just feel good.
It does. It
I'm proud
does.
of you. I'm proud of you. I know we just basically met, but I'm proud. Like,
Yeah.
just
So
to see it and look
yeah.
at the work, it's like, I'm proud of you. So can you tell us more him about Tim Johnson? Shout out to him. Like, can you
What
tell
up,
us more
Tim?
about what started out with
Woo-woo.
y'all?
Tim Johnson. That's where it all started.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Oh my God, yes. Okay, first of all, to believe it or not, I'm not a very verbal person. I'm a
Mhm,
very was an introverted person.
mhm,
I'm quiet at times. So to take the chance to go to that first model call was a big step for me because I'm very quiet and laid back. So at that time, someone had mentioned to fly to me. So I went to the model call, stood in the long line in Raleigh at Triangle Town Center. And it was like, it just kicked off from then. I went to
mhm,
the rehearsal, the model call. And I think what stood out to me is at that time I had a natural mohawk and my hair was
mm.
bright red up the center.
And
And
somebody said,
when
"Yes, queen."
and when I went up to I did the model call. When I went up to the table where they were judging,
Mhm,
one thing Tim said, "I love your hair," and it was like it was a shining moment for me because after then I came back to the second call, and I got
mm,
chosen. But the key thing about that was at that time I was 40. I was
mm.
already in my
You don't
40s.
even okay, okay, and that was in 2013, baby. No, okay,
I
you
was
probably
in
look
my
like you about 12.
I wish I was I was in my 40s, so it was like, okay, could there be a chance for someone my age to
Mhm,
even be in the midst of all these young people and children, the kid models? And I was like, okay, well, just keep going with it. So I kept going, and it just so happened that that show was the women's empowerment show
mm,
where T.D. Jakes came and hosted that particular year. And just for me to come from being a shy person to being in front of hundreds and thousands of people in that arena, that was like, okay, if you can do this, you can go on to the next model call and go from there and
mhm,
just keep going. And
mhm.
just from being under Tim's wing and being under the modeling coaching of Alva Page, shout out to Alva.
Alva, I met
Yes,
him too. I love him. He's a great
yes,
guy.
Yes, and it's like we've been going year after year, and it's like we just connected. And every show that come up, and I'm available, and they needed me, I was there. Every model call, I was there until I went over into doing hair. They needed help with models with doing hair backstage, so I started out doing hair with the models. My sister and I and the Salon Genesis team, we started doing hair for backstage, and then by my sister that I mentioned was doing platform, me and her
Mm-hmm.
teamed up together and we all did hair on stage platform. So from then I just kept it going, and it's like the styles, it just, I saw myself from my first time doing it myself to now. I've
Mm-hmm.
I've I've grown since then, and it's like my ideas have grown also. So they're not telling what you get for 2025, but just
Yes.
to say it's gonna be great.
Yeah, that's a question that I definitely had. Like, is there a style that you done or haven't done that you want to do yet?
There are some styles that I've done that I haven't done yet. The styles I did recently, just recently for the Pink Fashion Frenzy and for the Red Room show for Demetrius Facing, which is another awesome
Shout out
designer
to
out of Raleigh.
him.
I did some pieces for him, and those were actually inspirations from styles I have seen over over time.
Mm-hmm.
And my desire is to take it up a notch from those that we've seen recently for this year and last year. So I want to take it up a notch and see where we go. But it's just a matter of having, you know, the models that can carry what my vision is, because it's heavy. It's heavy. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
heavy. But I'm excited about creating them and seeing them
I'm
all come
ready.
together. Yeah. So I
I'm
have some.
ready. If you need some pieces, let me know.
I will. Thank you. Thank you.
Let me
But
know now.
I do have some shows coming up this year that I'm looking forward to. And I'm looking forward to the connections again, the reconnections, and
Mm-hmm.
just making my work known, making it seen.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm like blessing, and I really hope that like everything that you're seeing in your vision is like it's just like you're gonna be walking in it. It's like right now, actually, you are gonna be walking in it. You are walking in it first of all now, because once it gets started, you're gonna just be like you're not gonna be thinking about it. You're
Yep.
just gonna be working, and then once you're done, you're gonna be like, I remember talking about this
Yep.
a while back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm excited for this. I'm like ready to see what you bring
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Do you have any playlists and stuff that you listen to? Like what kind of music you like?
Mine go from old school to gospel to hype. But yeah, I don't have a particular playlist. It can go from old school 80s, 90s, 2000s. But uh, since I've been doing the shows with my pieces, a lot of my music has more like a non-verbal, just calming
Yeah,
music type tone to it. And
yeah.
I love that for myself and for what I do, because it has a classic sound to it. So I kind of like to keep it in that mode of classic and elegant and clean. And I may throw in a little fast
I
paced,
know sometimes just
to
something to
catch
get you a little going, a little
little,
vibe.
little pepper,
Yeah.
little hot sauce.
Yeah,
But
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
yeah,
Cause I'm like that too. I go up, down, sideways.
yeah,
It just depends how I'm feeling that day.
uh-huh,
And I found that I don't have a exact music playlist. It's like my music everywhere, like you just said. So
yeah.
let's heat it up just a little bit. We're gonna do the first game.
Oh, okay.
Are
I'm
you
ready.
ready?
Okay.
So this is called Test Your Hairology. How
Mm-hmm.
well is your hair knowledge? Do you remember the steps? Do you remember the style? So
Yep.
we're gonna give you some questions, and it's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
multiple choice. So to
Mm-hmm.
make it a little easier too, where
Mm-hmm.
everybody always be like these games, but okay.
Okay.
So so I'm gonna start off with an easy one.
Okay.
So okay, this one is called give another term that is often used for cosmetology. A, pharmacist. B, biologist. C, mariners, and D, beautician.
D, beautician.
There we go. See, I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I said, let's start off easy.
Easy. Oh my God. Okay.
Okay. So let's go to the next one.
Okay.
This one is saying open center curls produce A, waves that decrease in size, B, uniform curls, C, volume, or D, curls that decrease in size.
Curls that decrease in size.
You say curls that decrease in size?
Hmm.
That's your final answer?
I believe so. I believe
Okay,
so.
the answer is B, uniform
E-
curls. But you know, it's okay.
Ah,
It's okay. Okay, so the next one is a section of hair that is molded in a circular movement in preparation for the formation of curls is A shaping, B parting, C base, or D section.
you said the last one was what?
Section, like section off.
Hmm. And the question again?
A section of hair that is molded in a circular motion in preparation for the formation of curls is
Oh,
A shaping, B parting, C base, or D section.
shaping.
Yes.
Hmm.
Look at that. Look at that. Okay. So this one is the art of beautifying the hair, skin, and nails is also known as A. Biology, B. Cosmetology, C. Scientology, and D. Dermatology.
B.
Which one?
B.
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
we got two more.
Two more. Oh my God.
Okay. The section of the pin curl between the base and the first arch is the A. Stem, B. Curl, C. Circle, or D. Wave.
Circle.
That's
B.
your final.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the answer is A. Stem.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. That's, I'll be like, yeah. Okay, so this one say, name two traits that a cosmetologist should develop to be successful. A, talking a lot and listening. B, be creative, have a passion for beauty. C, be good at listening and dancing. Or D, be late for work, interact well.
I better not say D. D. B.
Yeah,
B.
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, see?
Okay.
We acting like these be hard. These be easy.
Oh my God.
So, how was that?
It was good. A good
Did it take
refresher.
you back? Did it take you right? That was like a refresher.
All the way back to 2000.
That's what I knew. That's why I was like, let's see. Like, cause I have to remember. So I'll be like, wait, was I supposed to? Yeah. So, um, do you have any favorite techniques that you like working with the most?
As far as hairstylist or creative,
Let's do both. So let's start with hairstylists.
a technique. Well, I love doing sew-ins, of course, sew-ins, or and I also cater to doing wigs, customizing wigs,
Mm.
and I also do a little bit of the partial wig pieces that
Mm-hmm.
clients normally wear if they're thinning or if they just want to try something different. I try different types of hair techniques and wigs and units for that as well. I love short hair, of course. Short
Mm.
hair, short
That
haircuts.
looks good on you too.
Thank you.
It does.
Short haircuts and weave.
Okay.
Quick weave styles. The creative part.
Mm-hmm.
I love doing styles that are pushing the envelope of height and
Mm.
texture pieces that are used. I can use braid styles. I can use Afro hair, and just pushing my limits to see how far I can go creatively and be able to know for sure that the model can, you know,
Actually know how
wear
to
well.
wear it.
Got to know how to wear it.
You gotta know how to wear it because
Got it.
especially for expensive pieces. So do you have like practice before so they can kind of see, or do it have to be like that day?
It has to be that day, but yeah, it has to be that day. Or I would of course they don't see the pieces until the day of the show,
Yeah.
but just knowing who your model selections are, and knowing seeing them over the years of being connected to them, seeing what they're able to do and what they're able to withstand. And I've
Mhm.
had some awesome and beautiful models over the years.
Yeah.
If I name drop, I'm gonna miss somebody, but I'm not gonna say all of them, all
I know
y'all.
what you mean. Yeah, all them, all y'all.
They have
Y'all know who
walked,
y'all them got
yeah,
blessed by.
all those that have walked with me. I'm greatly appreciative and humbled that they just brought life to it, and they allowed it, to live and move and just have a purpose for being in the room.
Yeah,
Because they do it. They're the VIPs of carrying them pieces, and they carry it very well, and I'm so grateful.
yeah. What would we do with our models? I mean, we can wear it ourselves, but
It wouldn't look it wouldn't look the same. Yes, sir.
So we got like some. So I got like some photos and stuff I want to like show,
Okay.
and I want you to tell me if you like it, if it's a or a
Okay.
mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
So let's get to it. We just gonna do a few.
Okay.
Let's start with this one. What do you feel about this hairstyle?
I love that look. That's a look that I'm going for, and that's a look that I did for Demetrius's Red Room show,
Mm.
and I didn't do it for Elite, but for that one, I love that, and I'm looking at adding that also to my upcoming pieces as well. I love it.
I could see you eating it. That's what made me pick it. I was like,
Yeah, it's very
girl.
authentic and motherland. Takes you back to the motherland.
I
I
said I
love
could
that.
see her killing this, and
Mhm.
just I could just see it. Okay,
Mental
what
note.
about this one?
And that's that pushing the envelope I was talking about.
Mm.
And already just looking at it, I can tell what I can use to create that. That's
That's what I was wondering. Like so, like when I'm looking at certain pics, I'm like,
mm-hmm.
what would you do with this? Like, would you change anything about that, or would you keep it the same kind of concept but another vibe or something?
I would keep the same concept, but probably do like a different type of color, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe do a different section, a different hair texture where the balls are. But yeah, I can see that easily being done.
Okay, what about this one?
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Hmm.
Yeah,
I can see that.
it's not giving inspiration, but also seeing what you think of it. Like,
That. Yeah.
I can
Oh,
see. Most of these that I'll show you, I can like really see you like murdering her.
yes. I
Like,
can already see how that could be created, my way. I don't know how
yeah,
that designer did it, but I can
mm-mm.
already see how it could be done my way.
I can't
Yeah,
wait on this
I
side.
love that too.
Okay,
I
what
love
about
that.
this one?
Oh, now that's some work. That one. Yeah, that one is some work, but I can see that done also. It's just a
Okay.
matter of materials. And it's just amazing me how quickly when I see something like that, how I
Hmm.
can already, the wheels are already turning. I was like,
Yeah,
okay, give me some braiding hair, give me some wire, boom, boom, boom. Okay.
I see it. That's why I was like, okay,
Mhm. That's
all right.
beautiful.
What about this one? Yeah, I kind of cameras.
Yeah. And I've actually have seen the behind the scenes of how something
How
similar
did
to
they
that is
create this?
created. Is that to me? You either get wavy hair or body wave hair, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like either bundles
Mm-hmm.
or you can get a wig, or it's got to be an old wig or whatever. Cut it through the
Yeah,
center,
true.
spread it out more, lay it on a piece of a cardboard foundation.
I was just about to say that. Do you just like that?
Yeah,
What if we try something like this? What all we need?
a lot of hair, a lot of hair,
Mm-hmm.
but it can be done.
Hair sponsor.
It can be done. If I had a hair sponsor, it'd be a wrap.
Do you hear me?
A
What
hair.
about this one?
Oh, Janelle Monáe, that's cute. That's simple, but it's cute.
You're right. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I feel like whoever did it, they just was like, okay, we'll do this, but what's gonna make it is put the eyes all over the place. So
Eyeballs.
I didn't feel like they pushed the envelope because I feel like I've seen this before. So
Yeah, they
I
gave you a
was
little bit
like,
of, and then her personality, can support a look like that.
yeah,
But that's a
right. This
oh,
piece.
now that's pretty. That's different. That's nice. I can see that also. The tower, I can easily tell what that could be, and the other is just very simple, very
So
simple.
like for something like the tower, would you put like a cone or something under it, and then that's how they go like that?
Yeah, you know
I
what?
ain't no hairstylist. I'm just,
You know what? All you need is a hairstylist can know. It's a pack of hair that you
Mhm.
get from the beauty supply store that comes with those four different size cones in the box, the 27-piece cones, styrofoams. That's what that is. Wrap it in hair, stack it
Mm.
up.
I ain't never thought about
That's
that.
it. That's it.
That's dope. And then
I
these.
could go all day. Now, that's hair show.
Mhm.
And do you know what?
Mhm.
You know what? That's the young lady in the green.
Mhm.
My sister did that.
Oh, see, look at that. I just was looking at stuff and I was like,
Yes. I
okay.
was I
So
was
wait, which
we
the
we
green
were
ring in
there.
the middle?
No, the young lady on the end, the green.
This way.
hmm with the poofy, the hair around her neck.
I see it.
I was at that show. We were
Hmm.
at that show. And in the middle, that was done by Princess Canty. God rest her soul. She
Oh,
was the baddest platform artist, hairstylist, avant-garde in the hair industry for Bronner Brothers. And she passed away recently, lost her battle with cancer. But she was one of the ones that my sister and I would just admire so much, along with the other stylists. Everyone there was wonderful, but Princess Candy, she was one of the greatest. And when I say avant-garde, that's who I always go back to is Miss Princess.
I gotta check her out. Like I really
Yeah,
love like that. And then what was this on this end? Like what was that?
that was, I think that was a fro with sticks. It was an
Hmm.
avant-garde piece, but it was more like a curly type fro with pieces of sticks coming out of it, I
I feel
believe.
like that was just, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
compared to the other two. Not trying to put nobody work down, but it's just
yeah,
like it seemed like you just was,
yeah.
you
You
ran out
got
of ideas.
yeah, avant-garde, and then yeah,
Yeah.
tone it
I
down a
didn't
little bit.
think of nothing else. Yeah.
Mhm.
What about this?
Yeah.
I like looking at hair and stuff, so I just be like,
I do it all the time. I
yeah.
do it all the time.
What
Now
about
that's cute. Can't really tell what's going on, but there are a lot of sunglasses up there. But that's a cute side note. It's
it's
cute.
like a,
Mhm,
it's
it's
like a,
cute.
yeah, I've
That's
seen better.
cute. That's cute.
I've seen a little better.
Mhm.
So this piece, what you think? Oh wait, it didn't do it. Oh, I try to say it's an upload.
And
Hmm,
then upload.
that's insane. I guess they didn't want us to see that one. What about
Yeah.
this one? I guess they said,
Can't see that one. Now that one was like, okay, we're just gonna throw a braid up here. Yeah.
the face you made, he was like, nah.
No.
That's why I was like,
No. No.
yeah, they
Not.
couldn't need it. I can see what y'all was like, look, what y'all was trying to go for, but yeah, they could have kept
No.
that in the vault, huh?
That's a no.
But yeah, that's why I was just like, let me see like what is something that you were like as far as like
Ooh.
that's the hair. It wouldn't pop up at first, but it popped up.
Okay. That one's different, but it's different but simple,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a statement piece. It makes a statement, and I can see how that was put together.
How would you do? Okay, so visualness, right? How
Mhm.
would you do this?
Well, for to me, that the fro part looks like it may be like a um, braiding hair or either the natural fro hair just
Mm-hmm.
teased out, and then the top part is just hair, straight hair that maybe has some type of glue on it or
Mm-hmm.
something to spritz to harden it to make it stiff and stand out, and it's just
Mm,
cut into that shape and pinned inside the fro.
I can see that.
Hmm.
Cause it's like I have a hate and love with this. It's like I feel like I don't know if it's the shadow, but I felt like they should have did the whole hair like that one color.
Hmm.
Unless like I don't know, it's just something throwing it off to me, but I like it. But I
Yeah,
like the way you were just explaining it. I can see it that
yeah.
way.
It seems like it's just simple, but it's well put together, but still kind of a simple look.
Yeah.
Nothing that you would really grab your attention like the other pieces would.
Nothing that just like, okay. And I
Yeah.
was like, so when I look at hairs like that, I be wondering like what kind of style would I do with that? I'm like thinking like something like big, like a big gown or something.
Hmm.
And so where she had to lift it and walk like a certain way. I
Yeah.
don't know. I just
Yeah.
see it.
It definitely would have to be some type of garment where she would have to step into because you can't put nothing over that
Mm-mm, nothing.
overhead. Yeah.
All
And then
right.
it has to flow with the hairpiece. The gown and the hairpiece would have to flow together. It has to be something that would be cohesive.
Yeah, I'm
But yeah,
laughing at the Martha's little lamb.
I saw that.
So like, okay, I like looking at hairs and stuff with you. Like I like how you went right into mode. You was like,
Yeah, yeah, I
yeah,
can
I
see
can
that.
see that and how they did that. It just they hear that, and I want people
Hmm.
to like see that. It's like
Hmm.
you have an eye for it.
Hmm.
That's what it is. So
Yeah.
so what inspires you to create new looks for your clients?
Most times they give me inspiration pictures to go by.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd first go by what their vision is. And then once they send me their vision,
Mm-hmm.
I can pretty much have a general idea of what I would need to get it. But if they give me free reign, most times when it's a client that wants a particular look, I stick with the look that they're wanting. But if
Mm-hmm.
it's something where I'm giving free reign, then
Mm-hmm.
that's when I go into looking for different inspiration type pictures or just sketch out something that I feel that it may pop up in my head. Well, maybe let me try this look, and I'll write it down, I'll draw it out, and then think about what pieces materials I would need to create it. And then I'm all over Rocky Mountain was so big, but I'm all over Rocky Mountain, going to different stores trying to find what I need. And most times it's either between a craft store
Mm-hmm.
or thrift store. And you'd be surprised. I've made a piece out of a pool noodle, but who would know?
But I love that. That's called innovative. Like it's like,
Mhm.
I want a shape. I could use that. Like
Yep.
that was so dope. So do
Hmm.
you have like any hair products that you like to use on your hair?
Well, with my hair being short, I stick with foam. Foam,
Okay.
a good old foam and a good old wrap. rap to it. And every now and then, if I want to get a little sexy with it, I'll throw some old school pineapple waves in it.
I love a pineapple wave.
That's a throwback, but it never gets old. All the old stuff is coming back.
So like, okay, in hairstylist mode, like what are some tips that you would give for maintaining healthy hair between salon visits?
Well, most times when depending on what the stylist uses at home,
Mhm.
what the stylist uses in the salon, you can get a package of some kind from the stylist of your shampoo, conditioning treatments, or your oils that you can carry home with you to help maintain your look. Depending on what you're getting done, you can get something you can maintain at home so that when you're away from your stylist, you can follow that same regimen at home before you come back for your next appointment. And also, it's just listening to your stylist when they give tips on how to care for your hair, the importance of keeping your hair treated and trimmed if needed, or if a deep conditioning or hydrating treatment if your scalp is dry, or if it's oily and if it's shedding and you ain't trying to get rid of them split ends, and they got to go. But it's just a matter of communication, the communication you have with the stylist and the client to ensure that you
That
all are in agreement.
saying that just goes into what's next. Like, what are some common hair problems you see in your practice, and how do you address them?
Most times it's shedding
Hmm.
or thinning of the hair. And now we're at a time where, it could be a number of things. It could be stress, it could be medication, it could be your health, your diet, what you're eating, what you're not drinking, because you need water all the time. And the style, so we're stippler on drinking water because it helps to not only hydrate your body, but hydrate your hair as well.
That's
Um,
something I probably had to,
yeah,
yeah.
and with the thinning, it's a matter of aging also, because you have most times clients have thinning in certain areas, but if you ask them what their history is as far as their family, you find that most times the women in their family thin in certain areas, either it's your temples or your crown, they thin in areas, and most times that's something that you just can't get away from. But you can have like oils that you can use to help maintain it, but we can't say it's going to actually
Like,
solve the problem.
yeah, it's like it could, like you just said, it could be plethora thing, and then people will look at it like, yeah, you're the hairstylist, so you should know everything. But it's like you have to go and see like what the root is,
Hmm.
so we can like try to help and get everything together. So that makes
Yeah.
sense. So, like, do you have any favorite hair masks, and what are their benefits?
Well, we use a Nairobi hair mask, and that's good for. It's called Nairobi hair mask. It's
Mhm.
good for penetrating the hair and allowing it to smooth out your cuticles and strengthen your hair, and it prevents the shedding. But that's something
Mm.
that you would use every so often into your salon visit, because you don't want to overuse it, um, to cause it to maybe over process your hair, and then that'll kind of defeat the purpose of trying to maintain your healthy hair when it's again harming it as well. So it has to be a consistent basis of every 2 weeks or however as needed.
Yeah. Okay, so that's going into our next game.
Oh, let's go. Whew, I'm
This
hungry.
one is called, I know, this one's called Hair Bead.
Okay.
So what it is, I'm gonna show like some products, and you have
Mhm.
to guess the price of the product
The
based
price?
off. Just guess the price, and then I'll tell if it's either close or is it right.
The price is right. Okay.
Right? It's like, Okay. So this one is black vanilla moisture and shine system. How much do
Mm.
you think this is going for?
That'll be about altogether, that'll be about 55, 60.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So you're looking at it like that. Okay, I didn't think in that perspective.
Depending on where you're getting it from.
That's true now. That's true.
Mhm. Mhm.
But they saying this is going for $18.
Whew. Okay.
Right.
Stores stores vary.
That's what I was saying.
But
Like,
that's true, especially that like that brand.
that's what I'm saying. So,
Mhm.
okay. So, what about them? I've been seeing them a lot. The dough. They used to be here in
Oh,
Macon, Georgia, downtown. I remember them and stuff, and I just seen them just like blew up. So, like, I see like this stuff. What do you think that this is going for?
I think we have that here. That'll be about maybe $10, $12.
Okay.
Yeah.
They saying this one is going for $16.
Yeah.
I can see how. Yeah, that's
No
nice.
bomb. I could see it for natural hair.
Yeah. Okay, so this one right here is called Pardon My Fro Detangler Leave-In Conditioner. And the girl that I seen doing this, she draws her all these like graphics on there and put it on there. I think that is so dope.
Oh,
Like you
oh,
have to check. I'm gonna send you her page. Like it's
okay.
so dope. How much do you think
That-
this is going for?
I say maybe 15, 15, 15,
Okay.
$16.
This one's going for like $12.97.
Close.
Yeah, that's close. That why when you said 50, I was like, okay. All right. So the next one is everybody done use this. I see it
Mm.
all the time.
Uh-oh. Oh, Lord.
How
Everybody
much
use
you
that.
think this is going for?
Not, I don't use it, but yeah, that's about 7.99, 9.99, 10.
Okay.
Mhm.
This one, oh well, maybe it's the size. So like this one going for $3.99.
That's the
I
small one.
think yeah, that's a small.
That's
I
the
know what you're
first
talking
size.
about. The big ones, I know
Uh-huh.
exactly what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
Like I know what you're saying about that
Yeah, that's that purse size.
one. Right. All right, so then this one, Olaplex Hair
Woo.
Perfector.
Your arm and two legs. Um, that one, that was about, I say about hair perfector. Now that was about 25, about 20, 25,
Yeah.
30, 25.
Yep. So it's going for $30.
Yeah, that little bottle. But yeah.
I bet that's why when I seen it, I said they probably know the
Woo-wee.
tax off of that. They
Hmm.
taxing.
You about to buy
Okay,
that
what
whole
about
system.
this one? I don't know how to read this. Is like OA or UA?
I have never heard that one. But
How much
that
you
looks like
think this bottle go for?
that one looked like it might be about 25.
At
What is it?
25,
I can't see what it is. About
30,
20, 20. Cheaper than that.
$34.
34. Mm. What does it do?
Right, that's what
Oh,
I'm saying. Okay,
oh
what
my
about
God.
this one? This is something you probably use. How much you think this pack of Canicolon going for?
Nickelman. That is about, depending on where you go, that could be like 6.90, 5.99, 9.99. No
Mm-hmm.
more than 10. I can tell you that.
Right.
$2.99.
And this was going for $3.79. Wherever this is, I gotta get you some packs of this. So what?
Mhm.
$3.79? I gotta get you.
Yeah, I go through a lot of them.
Yeah, we gotta get you
I
some of
do.
those. Okay,
Mhm.
what about this one? It's a Doso 3-pack of hyper electric braided hair.
Hyperallergenic.
Jenny, yeah.
Already braided or braiding hair?
Yeah, it's just a
3 pack.
braided hair.
3 pack, probably like 5.99, 6.99.
Pack.
Mm-hmm. Pack of 3.
Okay.
Mhm.
So this one going for $30.
Oh, you said hyperallergenic.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe that's why. Maybe that's why.
Cause no,
What
not you.
about this one? Dark and Lovely Triple Nourish Silkening Relaxer 3-pack.
3 pack.
Mm-hmm.
A relaxer? I've never.
How much you think they selling this for?
$20.
So they selling it for $22.44.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was a great guess. That was a
Oh,
great guess.
oh yeah.
And the last one.
Mhm.
Okay, black Jamaican castor oil leave-in conditioner. How much do you think they selling this one for?
About $12. Mm.
Okay, $12.73.
Okay, okay. Save
I
your
love that.
All
That was
right.
like right there. For the last one, you was like, I know this.
$12. Mm-hmm.
So it's like something that I like to do as we get closer to the end is I like to give people a minute,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna start a timer, and I want you
Mm-hmm.
to tell us what you would like people to know, where they can follow you, and just spread love. So hold on one second. Hey Siri, start a timer for 1 minute. Go.
Hello, my name is Tanya Porter Pitts. You can find me on social media on Facebook at Tanya Pitts. You can find me on Instagram at Miss Ebony 2001. And you can also find me on Instagram at Another Hair Creation. I would like to tell everyone thank you for viewing, and I hope that in the future we can collaborate together and make some creative magic. I am humbled at the moment opportunity to be a part, and I hope that anyone viewing this can know that anything is possible. Age has no limit on your creativity. If God says you can do a thing, you go out here and do it, putting your feet first, putting your hands out there because someone is watching you, someone is inspired by you. You are someone's purpose and someone's reason for doing what they do. So continue doing what you do. Don't listen to the side conversations, the side people. Just be who you are. Be strong and be courageous and be brave.
Right at the minute. I love that. So, okay, another thing, like, what is something besides like the encouragement? Like, what is something that you would tell a young hairstylist that want to be like a hair? Because like you're not just a hairstylist, you're like a hair artist. Like you build art pieces and things like that. Like, what is it that you would tell someone that really looking to be a hair creator, avant-garde hair creator?
Yeah. Find you a mentor. Reach out to someone that um, is in the same realm of creativity that you desire to be in. Even if it's myself, I do all that I can to show you how I do what I do. But find you someone you can connect with that's in the same area of creativity, build a relationship. It doesn't matter, the distance. Social media makes it all possible for you to reach out if you have questions, if you want to know more, if you want to be in the same room that they are. All it takes is one type connection. It takes a phone call, it takes a message, it takes a text. If you see them out in an event, reach out,
Hmm.
connect with them. You never know where it can take you. Um,
Yeah.
I've I've been a quiet person, but I've learned to speak more, and then I also allow my work to speak for me. And that's what the
Mm.
greatest thing is. If you're going out here and you're doing the thing, people are gonna want to know, who did that? Who made that? And
Let your
once your
work
name,
speak for
yeah,
itself.
and once your name gets out there in the atmosphere, it's gonna take off, and you'd be surprised at what God can do for you, what He has planned for you. Don't second guess yourself. Don't doubt yourself. You've come too far. Keep going. It's gonna work out. Even when you don't think it is, it's gonna work out. Trust me. I know. I'm 53. I have
Don't even look at y'all. Look
I
amazing.
got 53 years ahead of me, and I can't get them back. So right now, all I can do is focus on what I can do now. If I'm not doing it for myself, if I'm doing to help anyone that's viewing or anyone that will be viewing this later, reach out. Let's connect. Let's make stuff
Right.
happen.
And y'all, like, y'all really have to see it. I know a lot of people just not coming and stuff like that, but like, y'all have to really like her Instagram and stuff is right here. Y'all need
Mhm.
to check out her work. It is amazing. I just really like to see it And this
Yeah.
me giving you your flowers. I want to tell you that I'm so proud of you and I see
Thank
what you're doing. And I can't wait till one day it's like, I'll be like, Miss Ebony, can we like I'm just excited and I'm ready to see what you bring even more. Like, yes, I see what you
you.
did before, but I'm
Yeah.
ready to see what you finna bring for the rest of 2025.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this me giving you your flowers, and we very appreciative of you for coming to Fashion Ship
Thank you.
and sharing the knowledge that you have because you didn't have to, but you did.
Yes.
And that's gonna lead into us doing our prayer at the end, and that way we could just lead out. So this is called Keep Me Fashionable. I always do it so that way it's just something speaking to us, the people that we really need this. So it's
Okay.
called Keep Me Fashionable. Grant me the wisdom to know when to follow trends and when to forge my own path. Give me the strength to resist the urge to constantly buy more and instead appreciate what I already have. Help me find joy in expressing myself through my style without succumbing to external pressures. Guide me towards sustainability, ethical fashion choices that align with my values. And most importantly, remind me that true beauty comes from within.
Mhm.
And with
Amen.
that being said, we would like to close out and y'all show love to Miss Ebony. That's what I call her, but Miss Porter,
Yes.
Peace Porter, and make
Yes.
sure y'all support all her pages. And we signing out.
Thank you.
Bye, love. Love
Bye
you.
bye. Thank you.